Geez, legend, Sammy from Short and Stout Beer Reviews. Got some more American hype. A bit late today. It's sort of mid-afternoon Sunday. I feel like I missed out on a bit of stuff. I've been a bit of a lazy ass, but yeah, I had a good sleep in. So yeah, this is by North Park Beer Co. They're out of San Diego, California, and this is their triple X-Raying Nelson. It's I think it's triple dry hops. Yeah, hazy triple IPA. So it's a big boy. 10%. Yeah, these guys, they've got a fair bit of hype to them. I've had quite a few of their beers, been pretty impressed by them. They do really good hazies and westies. I think the last beer I had from them was like a double or a triple West Coast. But yeah, cool can artwork too. Definitely stands out if you see that on the shelf, like bright pink. And yeah, let's get into it. Thought I'd better start the day with a review before I go and hang out with others or whatever. But yeah, got my Denver and Liley glass. It's a bit dirty. I tried to clean it before, but sort of got to that stage where it gets a bit stained. Stupidly, I've been drinking like wine and stuff in it as well. I probably shouldn't do that. Cheers, Mark. Good to see you, brother. I can already smell that Nelson. So yeah, she's going to be a big boy, this one. And I have to remember to take a photo too. Hopefully everyone's having a good weekend. So yeah, as I said, this morning I had a sleep in. I was very lazy. I just couldn't be bothered moving. You know, you have those days where you don't have sort of any plans, so you like stuff it. I'll just lay in bed for another hour. So it's like I would say a light orange in colour. Looks a little brighter in reality than on the camera. One finger head. Yeah, it's like probably like cloudy, you'd like describe it as. Light carbonation. And I would say probably medium body. Let's go a whiff. I've still got a bit of hay fever too, so real punchy. So it's got like a big white bready backbone. Huge like white grape. It smells like quite dank as well. There's pine, there's like sort of grass. I'm getting like passion fruit. And maybe some peach as well. You can definitely tell it's Nelson, there's no doubt about it. Being triple dry hops, yeah, it's just absolutely banging with aroma. Very, very punchy. It's definitely going to be a good beer, I think, this one. And yeah, a lot of North Park beers I've seen too have been collaborations, but yeah, I don't think this one is. I've got a Brewhouse beer in the fridge that's a collaboration with Root and Branch, and you wouldn't even realise it was just this tiny little Root and Branch symbol there. Cheers, Keith. Good to see you, mate. I thought I'd get the day started with the beer review. Probably hang out with Josh and that soon. I've just been a bit lazy today and it's taken me a while to get going. That wine ruined me. Yeah, that seems to be my thing lately. Like, I'll do these hangouts and I'll be drinking like, yeah, just basic beers. And then because I've got wine sitting around and I don't want to drink all my good beers because they're for reviews, I go, well, fuck it. I'll have a wine and I'll end up drinking like a whole bottle after I've had beers. It's good at the time, but the next day, whew, Always got that huge headache. Cheers, Keith. What's on for your weekend, mate? Oh, that passion fruit smells awesome. It's like sort of slightly sweet, like slightly tart. Reminds me of there's a soft drink here in Australia called Passiona. It reminds me of that. Just that real, like, intense passion fruit. Yeah. Yeah, well, I had red last night, and it was like, oh, actually, it wasn't like a clean skin, like a real cheap wine, but it wasn't like anything special either. It was sort of like, as far as like, yeah, like low to medium shelf pricing sort of thing. But yeah, the cheaper wines you have, they definitely give you a huge like headache. And you're getting like a berry vibe with this as well. Cheers, Ghost, brother. Good to see you, mate. I'm sure you's hanging out somewhere, bounties maybe. Anyway, I better start drinking. We can't be smelling this beer all day. Cheers, boys and girls. My beard looks very rough today. Don't know what's going on with it. Needs a bit of a trim, I think. Cheers, Ghost. So yeah, it's got quite a tart edge to it, this one. It's definitely got like some dankness. It's got that slight, it sounds weird, but to people that sort of aren't crafty people, but it's got that slight like diesel quality. I get that quite often with Nelson if it's like a Nelson only beer. Yeah, if you someone like Beer Man that doesn't really enjoy the white wine character too much in beers like this, I'd probably say stay clear of it because yeah, it's real intense. As far as the Nelson Sorbin beer goes, getting the white wine characteristics, this is probably one of the most punchy I've ever had. But luckily for me, I like wine. Yeah, we'll have to try and get a similar beer, dude. Get like we might be able to do like a Sierra Nevada or something that's readily available in the States that I can get hold of. Um, what else? It's sort of hard these days. There's heaps of craft breweries, but like it'd be, I wouldn't be able to get stuff that you've probably got in your area. We'll work something out though. Oh yeah, cool. Hmm. There's been something going on in our area today. There's been sirens going off all day. It is actually it might be next week. I was thinking it was a long weekend this week, but I think it's the next weekend. There's always a heap of cars around and accidents on the road. And it's not really hot, so I'm thinking it's not like bushfires like it has been recently. Who knows? Yeah, for sure. Very well rounded, and one thing that's very scary with this beer, it's 10%, but you could slug it. Like it drinks like it's about 7%. Very, very like approachable, very easy drinking for a tenner. Not boozy at all. Like hides it really well. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just like odd. Sort of lunchtime Sunday, and there's like just sirens going off constantly. But yeah, it was so funny this morning though. Like I just didn't want to get out of bed, and the dogs are like desperate for like their breakfast, and they're just annoying the absolute shit out of me, trying to get me up. And yeah, it was funny as. Feed me, Dad. Feed me. I feel like it's been a bit sort of quieter on YouTube today. There hasn't been as many sort of live streams. Um, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's good that yeah, people are off doing other stuff every now and then. Bit like me last week. But yeah, because I've got 2 weeks holiday now from work, I can sort of go and do some stuff over the next few days. It's going to be good. Going to see Kasabian. They're playing in the city in Melbourne about 10 days from now. So I'm thinking I might go down for 2 full days, spend a night in Melbourne, and I want to go to some breweries on the other side of the city. So at least if I stay the night and I go down real early, I've got plenty of time to do it. Because yeah, you can't sort of go down there and back in a day from where I live. It's just you end up wasting like sort of 3/4 of the day traveling, so it's not worth it. Yeah, the puppies. It's been good though, Keith. Like the older dog, it's got a lot of being an old Labrador. He's like 14, 15 years old, somewhere like that. He's definitely lived a good life, and yeah, he's got a lot of like arthritis problems and those hip problems that they normally get. And yeah, just whenever he's been sleeping for a long period of time and gets up, it's like an old man trying to walk. It just looks really awkward, and it's like his hip goes out of place and he's trying to put it back in or something. Just the way he moves around. But I've got him on this like protein powder stuff, and I wish I had known about it years ago. Because yeah, all of a sudden he's like, he gets up in the morning, he's fine, like he's a young dog again. Yeah, it'll go quick as fuck, and then I'll be back in the shithole again. I've got to do a few things around the house. It's just getting the motivation to do it. I've got a washing machine I want to take apart because I want the drum out of it to use as a fire, like a backyard fire drum. So that's one thing I need to do. Let's just yeah, I just some of the things to take it apart. It's like I don't have the right tools, but it's just I just need to get in there and get it started. See what I have to deal with. Um, yeah, I've got a shitload of like cans and bottles that need recycling. We actually have these centres now where you can take a heap of stuff and you get money for it. and I could never be bothered. But I've got a collection now where I could probably go and get a bit of money back. So got to go do that. Got a heap of cleaning I have to do because yeah, I'll have like a inspection again soon. They're never fun. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff out in the shed that I need to get rid of. That's why I want to get a fire going because I've got a heap of like rubbish and cardboard and stuff that I could burn and get rid of it easier than trying to like recycle it or put it in bins. Yeah, it sucks. Even if they could live half as long as us, that'd be awesome. But the fact they only live like, yeah, like less than a quarter of our life, it's shit. But I am going to have a fair bit of freedom when they're gone. As much as I love dogs, and I'll definitely get more down the track, when they're both gone, it gives me a good excuse to be able to go and do some of the stuff I haven't been able to do. Cheers, Dorito. Good to see you, brother. I've been tuning into some of the streams you've had lately. It's been cool just watching the machine at work, all the colours and that. Yeah, bro. Just doing a beer review, but sort of talking shit as well. All good. How about you? We had it awesome as punk rock festival over in Adelaide. I think it was yesterday or the day, but yeah, it was yesterday, and it was at a brewery. I really wanted to go, but it was just a bit of a nuisance trying to get there, and because it's like a good probably 8 hour drive from where I live. Yeah, it's like I really needed sort of to plan it properly and stay the night and all that sort of stuff. But it was Pennywise, Mill and Colin, few other sort of smaller acts, and then you had the Aussie guys like 28 Days, Area 7. Like, it would have been so fucking sick at the brewery. Real good brewery too. Heaps of space there. Yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. Because I moved from my hometown to where I'm living now because of work, and I had just Angus at the time, and I was used to living like before I moved to where I am now. I was either living with like family, friends, or girlfriends, and yeah, there's always someone else around. But yeah, when I moved here, I moved and I was just by myself, and you could just tell Angus was starting to get like a bit funny and like massive like separation anxiety and shit. And then one of my friends at work, her dog was having pups. And yeah, this one pup I seen, I was just like, fuck yeah, he'd be an awesome little mate for Angus. And yeah, I ended up getting one. And yeah, they've been like the best of mates ever since. But yeah, it's going to be awkward, like for Jack, because Angus has always been around. Like when Angus goes, Jack's going to be lost. I'll pour a little more and give a score. But yeah, very dank this one. As I said, that slight sort of diesel vibe. It's funny because it's not boozy at all, but it has that diesel note from like the Nelson hop. Yeah, damn. Yeah, so shit. They become part of the family. It's always tough too if the kids grow up with them. Like I remember we lost our family dog, and the dog grew up with my little sister. Like they when she was real little, like we got the dog. So the dog had always been there, and yeah, when the dog passed away, she was like a mess. It's really hard for her. Cheers, Mark. I seen your comment up top earlier before I'd started. I said g'day, but I didn't know if you were still there. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, I'm one of those people. When I go to parties, if it's like a party and even like mates are there and like heaps of adults and that, I'm more likely to like be there patting the dog or like mucking around playing with the kids. I feel like I'm just like a big kid at heart. Like I'll be there like kicking the football or playing cricket or whatever with the kids instead of like interacting with the adults. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like they'd be good fellas. Same with the Millencolin boys. I've met what's his name? It's either it's like Nicola or Mikola or something. He's a singer from Millencolin, but it's like a girl's name because they're Swedish. Um, yeah, I met him because he actually runs a brewery now, a really good like sour brewery in Sweden, and yeah, they've travelled out to like Australia for festivals, and it was like fucking awesome because like I'm a Millencolin fan. I'm there talking to him about music and beer. Yeah, exactly. That was sort of the plan. Probably even Tuesday, because yeah, Monday's like America's Sunday, so I can still hang with some of the guys and have beers and that again. Been a bit slack today, so yeah, I better give this beer a score. And I'm assuming last beer is still live. Hopefully, it is. So yeah, overall, it's like huge. As I said, huge white wine character. So you're getting like white grape, berry, and it's like really tart. And yeah, it's like passion fruit as well, grassy, maybe a hint of pine. I got sort of more pine on the aroma than the palate. And yeah, like some like a white peach, like a sweet peach. But yeah, dank, very little bitterness. It's like a sort of soft mouthfeel, quite creamy. But yeah, as I said, 10% drinks like it's fucking 7%. It's insane. Cheers, Paul. Good to see you. Yeah, that it seems to be the case with a lot of people. They really struggle with the grieving part, and then they don't want to get any more. Yeah, yeah. I put a lot of time into Angus in the early days, but with Jack, I think just because of work and stuff, and yeah, we had another dog with him. He's definitely not as well behaved as Angus, but yeah, that's more my fault. I just sort of let him go, but yeah, he's definitely learnt good traits from Angus, like just growing up. Cheers, Wilco. Good to see you, brother. How'd Ada go with the swimming lessons? Get singing, bud. So yeah, pretty much enjoyed the hell out of this beer. Good, good natter today as well. I might even do another review at some stage today. Yeah, as I said, this is only my first beer for the day, and it's like mid-afternoon, and I don't work tomorrow. So, but yeah, we might go hang out with some peeps now, see what happens, and then yeah, you might see me again later on. But yeah, score for this one, I'm going to go a 4.6 out of 5. It's very good. Very, very, I'm very impressed with. Actually, I'm going to say a 4.7. Going to go a little bit higher. I'm very impressed with how it hides the booze. And yeah, just how punchy it was. And being a Nelson fan, yeah, it's definitely a beer for me. But yeah, if you don't like Nelson because of the white wine character, I would say stay clear of this beer because yeah, it's definitely very prominent. But yeah, hopefully I haven't missed anyone in the chat. Yeah, cheers, Keith. Cool. And those of you that don't know, Wilco's, yeah, one of my mates from like here, like a local mate. Oh, I thought you weren't drinking for a while. Yeah, when you like, didn't you send me a message saying you wanted to get rid of all your booze because you couldn't drink? Cheers, Paul. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. And yeah, as I said, I might be about later, but people are probably in bed at that time. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up, and yeah, you might see me again soon. Cheers, guys.